Are you one of the older grapplers on the mat? Managing energy and recovery in Jiu-Jitsu can be challenging, especially as we age. My name is Stephen Bradley. I'm a purple belt from little old New Zealand, and I'm also 37. Now I know that's not old, but it's definitely not young either. If you've ever felt drained or worried that you're overdoing it, I got some tips that are going to help you train smarter, not harder. One of the biggest challenges for the older Jiu-Jitsu practitioner is conserving energy. So focus on technique over power. Use frames, leverage, and positioning to conserve energy during your rolls. Focus on using good frames and waiting for openings rather than just scrambling to escape. And set a pace for your rolls. Choose when to go full effort and when to hold back. It's okay to slow down and take control of the pace when rolling. And let your training partners know that you want to go for a light one. And if they push the pace too hard, just stop and say, hey, can we rein it back a little bit? Sure, people are going to get upset, but just tell them to fuck off. Mastering good frames can mean the difference between finishing strong or feeling like you're dying at the end of a roll. Now I go on about recovery a lot, and this is crucial, especially for older practitioners. Prioritize getting 7 to 8 hours sleep a night. Drink plenty of water and try and have rest days between sessions. As we get older, it's about quality over quantity. And rest is where all the magic happens with physical changes in our body. If you don't rest, little niggles become big niggles, and big niggles become injuries. Quality sleep is going to help you recover. And look into things like active recovery, light stretching, going for walks, yoga, and make sure you're fueling your body well. I touched on it just before. Drink plenty of water. Get lots of protein in. Remember, your body is a machine. You wouldn't put fucking 91 unleaded in a Ferrari, would you? Put the best fuel in your body. Focus on foods that are good for joint health and energy. Get plenty of omega-3s. You'll find these in fish. Plenty of leafy greens. And yeah, plenty of protein. I had a conversation with someone the other day who says he wants to start eating healthier, but he just doesn't like eating bland food. Healthy doesn't mean bland. Master your herbs and spices. And if you're an older practitioner, it's time to really start investing in flexibility and mobility. My strength and conditioning sessions are less about strength and more about mobility these days. I had a nasty leg break this year and they told me it was going to give me 6 months off the mats. I bounced back in only 3 because of all the work I've done the last few years on my mobility and my flexibility in my joints. I also listened to everything the doctor said about my recovery, but focusing on mobility now is going to do you wonders later. A simple 90-90 stretch is great for your hips and lower back. Arm circles and dead hangs are dynamite for your shoulders. And remember, dynamic warm-ups, static cool-downs. Before you do any kind of exercise, you should be doing a dynamic warm-up, dynamic stretches, loosening everything up with movement. It's when you finish off that you want to hold those long static stretches as your muscles cool back down again. And get yourself a post-training recovery routine. It's not just about going home, smashing some dinner and knocking back a couple of beers. Now I know we don't always have the luxury of just sitting down and doing some stretches after class, but you should be doing it as soon as you get home. Head straight home from the gym, have yourself a big glass of water, do 5 minutes of stretching, and then have a nice high protein dinner, and then jump in the shower. That's all it needs to be. What we're doing off the mats is just as important as what we're doing on the mats. We're not young anymore. We're not just going to bounce back. These little niggles linger now. So we need to make sure we're doing everything possible to avoid having them in the first place. Check your ego at the door. Don't try and keep up with the young bucks. You got nothing to prove. They're training twice a day, 6 days a week. They're hoping to be world champions one day. We're more or less doing it for fun, to improve ourselves, to get in better shape. So remember that next time you're desperate to get that tap over that young guy that outmuscles you every session. Being an older grappler comes with unique challenges, but with the right approach, you can stay on the mats and keep training consistently. What is it that you struggle with as an older grappler? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about more of your experiences and tips that you've come across. And while you're down there, like and subscribe. Your support is helping more people find the channel. I'll see you on the mats. Us.